What's up, guys? It's time for a stitch with me. This is so weird. It's been like 2 weeks since I filmed one of these, at least. And it just feels kind of weird getting out of it, coming back in. We are going to work on, folks. This is, hold on, I actually brought it with me this time. Tower of Babel. As I just started it, because we talked about how the sky pretty much is pretty straightforward. Kind of easy. It's going to be a lot better than the... everything that's below it. Sorry, there's a toy making a noise downstairs. It's, I'll tell you about that in just a second. Anyway, so this is my blended thread project, and these are my two different colors. They are two different colors, even though it may be difficult. Aren't they two different colors? They are, but it is so difficult to tell sometimes when you're blending threads of, or floss of two very similar colors. It's kind of... it can be frustrating if you don't organize well enough. Alright, so we're just going to get some floss ready here. So we picked up a new toy. We were at the grocery store this morning, and we picked up a new toy to see if it would occupy the Zuzu today. And so far it is. That squeaking noise you hear is that toy. We'll see how long we last with it. But it's I gave it the over-under. I didn't think it would make it to noon, which would be 4 hours of the toy. So we will see what happens. I just don't think it'll last terribly long, because they're already chewing on one end of it. It's a very hard plastic, rubber plastic kind of material. And if it lasts longer than a day, that's money well spent. It was like $6 or something. And so, because with our dogs, things tend to very quickly get destroyed. Very, very quickly. I found my needle. Got to find my needle. And I think we got our stuff. If I just don't get flustered, because I can't do that right in front of that, I can't see what I'm doing. Alrighty, got a really big needle. This is a really big needle I'm using on this one, if you can see. Ooh, really big needle. Oh yeah, do I know which color I'm doing? That would help. Alrighty. So I was watching a very interesting video this morning that Crafty Lisa put out. I'm going to link to it below, because for those of you guys who occasionally ask me about railroading and whatnot, it's not a technique that I have done in the past. I think I'm going to try it here if I can remember exactly how she did it. So pull it up. Although I don't think that on a blended floss project it is, I don't know if that's what I want, but is that how I do it? I go through there, and then I just go back through there. Okay. Okay. I don't know if I'm doing it right. So I do this. And I know they say, oh, you'll speed up. It'll be faster. I don't know if I can do it. Because my stitching is slow this morning, just because it's early. It's early, children. It's not that early. It's like 8 o'clock. Did I do everything okay? Why is this all bunched up here? What is that? Extra floss that I got all mixed up in her. So yeah, it's pretty. Just looking at it, it's pretty. Let's see if, I don't know, guys. This needle's kind of too big for this. Too big for this project, I think. Hey, sheepy. I'll wake up. I promise I'll wake up. Wakey, wakey. Eggs and bakey. See, this is my issue. I'm already like going, this is going to take too long. I got stitching to do, people. She was way more skilled at it. She probably, well, she's been doing a lot longer than I have too. If I used a smaller needle, I think it would go a lot faster. I'm not going to do it today, so let's just not worry about that. Let's not worry about a new technique. But if you saw how I did it, like I said, I'm going to link to her video below. It's really good. And so it's awesome. We're going to have, a few things I forgot to tell you guys about last week. One of which, let's see, where should I start? So we went to a hot pepper, or just a regular pepper, like a pepper store, like a hot pepper store. But it wasn't pepper, it was just like hot sauces. Maybe I should have said it was a hot sauce store. I don't know. I'm not awake yet, guys, clearly. And and I got a couple different kinds of ghost pepper sauce. And ghost pepper is really, really hot, but it also is very, very flavorful. I find that I don't like things just to be hot for the sake of being hot. They need to taste good. And for whatever reason, ghost pepper, like my mouth is watering right now just talking about it. Ghost pepper is like a combination of something that I find incredibly hot and uncomfortable, but I also am like so addicted to the taste that I can't stop eating it. It's a terrible addiction, is what it is. Terrible. All right. Boobity 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 boo. So we're in the upper left corner of this particular piece, and I decided to start it because I love the Tower of Babel, and I also felt like I could make some good progress on this piece. Pretty straightforward. Wow, snug. Pretty straightforward, progress on this one. At least to get a nice chunk of it done. The other project, The City from Greenwich Village, that is a harder project because it starts off with lots of color changes and such, and so it's been a little harder for me to get past a certain point on it. So I just need to get going, pushing through. So this week's featured project, like I talked about in the weekly update, this week's featured project is the Stormtrooper piece. Because I'm trying to get past this hump of this page and all this confetti stitching and changing the colors and everything. And so I worked on it like 3 hours on Thursday at least, and then I worked on it again on Friday. I didn't work on it yesterday, but I want to work on it some more today. And I think that's just a great way to really just get a lot, like I said, get a lot done on one piece, especially on something that I'm feeling that I'm slacking on. I'm slacking on it. But I just got in the mail some floss that I picked up that I forgot to get when I was at a stitching shop, but I picked up some to work on with Charity, so that I can get back to work on that one. I really like the idea of having one project that I focus on. It's like the featured project of the week. It's pretty cool, Okay, so, and I meant to write more in the blog this week, but I just trying to get back in the swing after being off for a couple of days, especially being off to the holidays. It's so weird. It's just so weird. I really like my routine from day to day. I've got this nice little thing set up, and I enjoy the routine of, different days were different things. Mondays are, I don't know, it depends. Like, Thursdays are stitch days, Friday nights, hard to say what that is. Saturday, Sunday are stitch days. Monday, Tuesday, usually right. Wednesday's a stitch day. It's just, everything's a little bit, it's got its place. I just felt off this week. Just get back into the groove. The owner of Golden Kite reached out to me via email the other day, which I thought was nice. He's in Sweden, and thanked me for the blog and for linking to him. So actually, apparently they're going to put a link to my blog on their website. I think it's awesome. It's very cool. I'm like, I'm still not ever going to finish Old World Map 2. I have worked on it this week as well, but it's funny. Funny. Okay. Okay. I lost it. No squeaking sounds downstairs. Don't know if that means the toy's already dead or what. Toys don't make it long in this house. We've got too many predators. Too many canine predators. I'm like all over the place with this. I had a dream the other night that I was friends with Ted Koppel. If you don't know who Ted Koppel is, he's used to be a very popular anchor, a news anchor on a national news show. Was it ABC, I think? Was it before Peter Jennings? I can't remember. Maybe it was CBS? I don't remember. But anyway, it was a weird dream. It was a really weird dream. As I keep having these dreams where I'm trying to go to find my final in this one class, and I can't remember what day the final, what time the final, what room the final is in. And this dream was I showed up for the final, and I was there on time. Look at that, I made a mess. And I showed up to the final on time, but then I had to go wrestle somebody for some reason during the test time for a certain amount of whatever. And then we did that. Man, I am just making a mess today. And then we did that, and tango. And then when I got back in to take the test, like, I had very little time to take, to finish the test as it was, which wasn't good. So I was going to fail. I was like, oh my gosh, I just got to run through as quickly as possible. And I didn't even have a chance to answer most of the questions. It's just, it's a combination of, I always have school dreams. I think I have dreams of just still being tested. That, and there's a physics student I follow. The guy's a graduate physics student at New Mexico State, and he just took this big, huge graduate exam the other day, and so I was kind of like thinking about that. That was probably part of the dream too. But yeah, Ted Koppel showed up. Apparently we were buds. Came over to say hi. I was like, hey, how's it going? He was all like, as if he knew me, which I just thought was very strange, because I don't watch the news. And from what depth of my brain did Ted Koppel get pulled out of, you know? Very deep, scary part of my brain. I think that color is that color. It's very important to keep these colors straight, but they're so similar right now that I can't even tell what's what. What? All right. Yeah, looks like two different colors. I like it when I get to the colors that are a bit more dark. You can see them a little better, but there's not a lot of those in this page. So I finally sat down and got the fabric. I figured out which fabric. Wait, I need to highlight. Which fabric went with which new project to start. And I did that for those three things that I got that I showed you guys on Thursday. And so that was good. Just looking at all this. Derpy. Okay, I'm just going to come over here. There we go. And the funny thing was I did not. Normally I prepare. Normally when I send over my stitching stuff, if I'm getting multiple projects, and I say, okay, I need this is my stitch count. I want to do this in 14 count Aida, and I want to do this one in 18 count Aida. Usually I'll put a title to it, and I'll be like, this is this piece, this is this piece. So then they'll label it as such. But I didn't give them that information, so they just labeled it as the pieces. And I was like, oh, how am I going to figure this out? And thankfully, all I had to do was go back to the email I sent and look at the stitch count. And anyway, I figured it out. It was my mistake, and it was kind of funny. And figured it out, got it all together. Really kind of want to start the Thames project, but I also want to do Space Traveler, and then I want to do the Bee project. So much to do, so much to do. But I want to work on, I also want to work on, today I want to get some stuff done on the Big Huge Wonders of the World project. Get some stuff stitched there. I think that would be good. I should count up the stitch count for everything I'm working on right now and combine it. See, I think you guys really benefit from learning certain things, certain techniques and whatnot. Right now, my intent is just to stitch, put in as many stitches as I can on every project. Make it look good, but if I could slow down a little bit, but I can't. That's not. I don't want to slow down. I want to keep stitching. I want to see what these things look like, and so I'm always a little reluctant to try something new, just because I know it'll slow me down. Although the loop stitch is pretty freaking awesome, and I do like that, and I do that where I can. It's always a little different depending on which project I'm working on. Oh yeah, I want to do Reaper too. I got too much to do, peoples. So this is actually really good. The gridding. This is a really good. And you guys can tell me what you think or not. But that's the blue pen, and then that's just the graphite pen. And I think it's just because the graphite pen just leaves a thinner trail, and this one kind of bleeds over into one side or the other. I mean, I can still see, but it bleeds a little bit. So sometimes it's like, what side am I on? This side or that side? That side or this side? Boop-a-doop-a-doop. Ah, the birds are quiet because I haven't uncovered them yet. Why do I just keep finding loose floss on the back of this? The Tower of Babel is the Tower of Floss. It's the Tower of Floss. Boop-a-doop-a-doo, boop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doo. There we go. Nope, got another snag. I'm just all over the place this morning, guys. It's okay, we just gotta get in the swing of things. Ugh, got a little snaggy snag there too. Don't watch this video and learn how to stitch from it. Don't do it from this video. This video is not good for quality stitching, people. Boop-a-doop-a-doo, boop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doo, boop-a-doo. I tried to film a video earlier in the week, and I still want to do it with the gecko thing, but I had some issues with picking up Carter. Kind of tried to jump out of my hands, and it looked bad. It looked bad. He's fine. He still has his tail, and so, but it was kind of funny. I'm like all crooked in this. I'm all crooked. Boop, ba-ba-doo, 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 ba-doo, ba-doo. So I gotta get caught up with a couple emails you guys sent. Gonna write a couple articles this week. I hope I can get to come out. It depends on how much time I have for it. I want to do a written version of the how I organize large cross stitch. I always forget. I don't write a script. I'm not a scripto person on my videos, as you can tell. And so because of that, whoa, hold on there, horsey. Oh, no, I did it right. Just almost got caught there. But just do a complete, how do I, videos are good, but I think having them on the blog as a static page is easier for people to find. Easier to find. Oh, so anyway, so I'll go way back talking about the ghost pepper. So we're going to hopefully do some ghost pepper cheeseburgers today. And the way we do that is just make the patties, just kind of put like a microscopic drop. Oh, my mouth is watering like crazy, man. Oh, I do love it. Microscopic drop of the ghost pepper stuff. Lasts forever. Sometimes I'll also, if I fix like beans or something, I'll toss some ghost pepper in those too. Just kick them up a little bit. Kick it up. The husband was trying to find me a new cross stitch project last night. I'm like, no. I forgot. I think he was just trying to look to see if there was a cross stitch of, I don't even remember what it was. Some specific thing. I don't remember what it was, but I'm like, no, don't do it. Don't make me. Don't give me another project, please. Dooby-dooby-doo. Dooby-dooby-dooby-doo. Dooby-dooby-dooby-doo. We need to put a pet video up. I still just want to record the birds. I'm going to need to charge my phone. But I want to do that, and then I just want to put the camera like on the inside of the cage, secure it from the outside, but put it on the inside so you guys don't have any bars to look through, and literally just let it record and walk out, because usually when I leave the room, these guys just start, I think they're talking about me. I really do, because I leave and they're like, oh, did you see what she did to Carter? She almost dropped him. Stuff like that, if I could speak birds. The funny thing is, my husband has this, we have a little clock radio in here, and he tuned it to one of the local, it's supposed to be like an 80s station. And it is an 80s station, but the funny thing is that every time I come up here, like 2 out of 3 times it seems like when I come up, especially in the evenings, I see how they're doing and whatnot, Madonna will be playing. My husband does not like Madonna, and so I'll come downstairs and be like, yep, Madonna again. And it's kind of funny. I want to find classical music for him. I think that would be better. But the only classical music station that I know of for sure, or even like jazz, but is like the public radio, Colorado Public Radio. And the problem, it used to be with Colorado Public Radio, and I understand why now, but there's so much fundraising going on now versus the way it used to be, where you could just listen to classical music for hours on end. And now it seems like there's always something interrupting that, but it's okay. But I want to play stuff like that. That'd be cool. Oh, thank you. There we go. This is just a lot of stitching, my friends. A lot of stitching. But I'm kind of excited. I didn't get a lot of stitching done yesterday. I worked on Dachshund almost exclusively, and I don't know how much you can really tell that I worked on it. I was sort of distracted watching other things. They had the NHL All-Star game on last night. Although I kind of watched it, but then I just stopped after a bit, because like every 20 seconds, goal, goal, goal. And I'm just like, yeah, you know what? You're ruining these goalies. I don't like the idea that the best goalies in the league go out there. I don't even think they put the best ones out there, because the best ones are like, no, I'm not going to go out there and have people score on me every 30 seconds. And so, oh, squeaky toy. Still alive. Squeak, 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 squeak. Oh, I got a joke for you guys. I got a joke. It's a good one. It's a good one. What do you call a sleepwalking nun? It's a good joke, I promise. You call her a Roman Catholic. Yeah, that's a good one, isn't it? I like that one. I like that one a lot. Makes me laugh. Oh, we had some silly dad jokes going around. My husband came up with a few, and we had a few. I'm trying to remember what else. Let's see. Let us see. Okay, I'm going to do this. Oh, I'm sitting here trying to untangle my floss, because I put it in kind of in a bunch in the box. So I'm using, okay, so this is a good opportunity to stop for a second. So I'm using the floss box for this project because it's just easier. And this is why I have the stickers. This is why I got those stickers for this project. So it's a lot easier to see what you have. So then what I've done is I've gone in like here and like, hold on. Like that is what, 927, and this is 415. And so, and I just put those in there. But yeah, so I haven't gotten like every little thing done in here yet, but I got the ones that I need for right now. I need more of these. But is that my 3033? Oh, it is. Yay, I have it. But so anyway, so yeah, that's kind of that's how I do it. So at least for this project, the blended floss projects are the only ones I do it for now, which is good because that was a lot of boxes, kids. And I had a box for like every project, or actually I didn't. I had more than one box for some projects. And oh man, I was constantly stealing floss from this box and that box. I could not stay disciplined with my floss management, which is unfortunate. Boom. Boom. I'm reading well, I shouldn't say I'm reading. So I talked about, I don't know, one of my videos lately, or maybe I'm just like in general right now. I've been like, I need to listen to books. I just need to listen to books and get back into that because that's a lot of fun. I just have a hard time sometimes with my focus, clearly. But so one of my friends recommended a book to me. I think the name of it is Beneath a Scarlet Sky. It's like a historical fiction. It's sort of loosely based on the life of this Italian kid who, I'm just going down here, 1, 2, 3, perfect. And the kid basically, like this his whole story of like how he fought against the Germans in all the different ways he fought against Germans in World War II before Italy was liberated. And it's pretty fascinating because it starts off with how he knows there's a father with like a mountain boys' school kind of thing where the boys go hiking and skiing and whatnot, but they also get educated at the same time. They do all that, and anyway, he ends up becoming a mountain guide for people, most of the time Jews, escaping from sometimes downed airline pilots, but most of the time Jews escaping from like Italy and going to Switzerland. And so he takes them over these like very treacherous, very treacherous mountain passes and stuff. And then he does that for a while, and then he has to switch to something else. And it's it was researched very late in this guy's life, and so he couldn't remember a lot of certain details and stuff. So it's a rough draft of of how his life went, at least during this time, and then the guy just fills it in with conversations and certain events, but it's really well done. I really like it. I'm about halfway through in about 4 days, I think, and so that's a lot for me. But I'm hoping this will propel me into listening to more books. We'll see. We shall see. Got out of the rhythm and I almost got a snag. Okay, so it's officially hockey season. Sort of. I mean, I know we still have one more football game left, theoretically, but I'm not planning on watching it. I just, blah. I'm switching to the draft. Not really. I need to switch to hockey. Hockey. And see what's going on. I've been out of it a little bit. I've been just kind of not watching games and such. I need to get back and do that. I need to watch me some Game of Thrones because I have multiple seasons to watch before the first episode of the last season comes out. Hard time getting myself to do that. Oh, have you guys ever listened to this YouTube station or YouTube channel called the Carlin Brothers? The Great Carlin Brothers? Or just Carlin Brothers? But they're cute little guys. They're young, and I feel old, I should say. And they do a lot of videos about like Harry Potter and the Marvel movies and just all these things. And there's theories of theories about how everything goes and what happens and whatnot. And it's just fun. It's fun to listen to. It's my new, put it on and just kind of let it roll and not listen to it sometimes too closely. But I felt like I found somebody else to watch this week, and now I can't remember who it was. Oh, yeah, and then we had old Novak Djokovic win the Australian Open. Kind of sad I missed that, but I'm not getting up at 1:30 to watch a tennis match in Australia. So if you did, kudos to you, no matter where you are. I definitely wanted to, but it wasn't going to work out. I've always been the slight tennis segue here, but I've always felt like that Djokovic is the best. Everybody wants to say Federer is the greatest of all time because he's won, 20 major titles. But now, let's see, Nadal has 17, I believe, and Djokovic now has 15. And the thing about that is, if you go back and look at the beginning of Federer's career, when he finally turned it on and started making finals of tournaments, he won 5 out of his first 7 or whatever that he got into the finals. But you should see, he's playing against these no names. He's playing against guys that you'll never that, barely ever won anything. And then when like Nadal comes along, he has to beat Federer, usually go through Federer to win. And he has a winning record against Federer. And then you had Djokovic come along and do his thing. And Djokovic has a winning record against Nadal. I don't know if he has one against Federer. He always seems to be matched up with Nadal. But he also is, if he wins the French, let's see, he's the only one of them to win. Oh, I shouldn't say that. They've won. I think he's the only one of the three to win the 4 majors in a row. Like, not all in one year, but like he wins like 2 one year, and then like he's won the French, Wimbledon, US Open, and then the next year Australian Open, and then he loses in the French Open. So, but if he wins in the French Open, and he definitely could against Nadal at this point, he'll have 2 4-in-a-row streaks of majors, and nobody's done that, at least not in the modern era. And I just like how he sort of just turned it on at one point. He mentally, he always had issues. He was immature, and he would start to get down. I mean, I remember being angry at him at times because he would get down on himself so easily. And then I really hate this about when tennis players do this, but then they turn to their box where like their team, their family, their coach, their friends are sitting in, and they just start yelling at them. And now specifically, I don't think they're yelling at them. They're kind of yelling about themselves, but I don't like that because it's just kind of like, dude, get it under control. And when he finally like mentally turned that switch and learned how to control and direct those emotions better, man, he just became this unstoppable force. I mean, there was that one year where he was like, I think he lost maybe just 3 matches in 1 year. That was it. Yeah, I personally, I feel like Djokovic is the greatest, personally, just because of his record, especially in finals, and when he came up and became dominant, Federer was still dominant, Nadal was dominant. He had to bust through those guys in order to take. Imagine if Djokovic hadn't been there, how many more majors that Nadal would have. I mean, he probably would have 4 or 5 at least. But I don't know. I used to watch tennis, but I like these guys to watch, but I don't know. Don't watch as much as I used to. I got to get back into college wrestling like I was talking about last year. My boy already lost 1 match this year. I didn't see it. I need to actually pull it up, and I've seen a few of his, but I haven't seen them on. They haven't really been on TV, so I need to get on the website and go look. Ow! Just poked myself, and go look and see how he did. But yeah, he did lose a match, which he's going to on occasion. It's a very tough weight class. So. What else? What other sports are going on that I might watch? I'm trying to think. Oh, the CrossFit stuff. Oh, I'm so proud of my little CrossFit guys. They're like little kids. I mean, not little kids, but they're like my kids. Get in there. There is this YouTube channel called Team Richie, Richey, and they have. It's really. The guy Craig, his channel that he's been doing now for 3 or 4 years, and it's sort of documented like his falling into love with CrossFit, and then just he wants to just motivate people, and that you can kind of become part of the team, so to speak, where you just kind of encourage each other, and and you're positive and watch the videos and stuff. It's fun. His girlfriend, who sort of is his the co-owner of the business, she's absolutely adorable. She's so cute, especially when she sees a dog or a puppy. Oh my God, she's adorable. And so I watch those guys, cheer for those guys. Like I said, I got this graduate student in physics that I'm rooting on. It's funny because I just like his voice. Sometimes it's just about hearing somebody talk, you like their voice. I think this is my last stitch here. And I don't even understand a word he says. And I was like, I have no idea what you're talking about. I just like hearing you talk and your passion. I think that's what it is he has such a passion for physics. And I like people who are passionate about the things that they love. And they want to try and convey why they feel that way. Oh, this is a large needle. And I just like listening to that. Trim all that down. Let's highlight for a second. Got a lot of stitching done there. So, and I could swear my boat guy put a video out yesterday, but then it disappeared from my subscriptions and from my the guy that is rebuilding the wooden boat in Oregon. I like watching him, and that's YouTube. Like, YouTube is weird because you can be subscribed to somebody and not always get their videos when they come out. So like if you subscribe to me or anybody else and you don't, like the thing doesn't pop up in like your notifications, or it doesn't pop up in your thing, like in your subscriber feed, then there's that little bell that's next to where it says on my page or anybody's pages that you follow, there'll be like our name and whatnot, and then on the side it'll tell you like how many subscribers, and then below it it'll say like subscribe or subscribed, and then there's like a little bell icon next to that. And if the bell icon is like activated, sort of lit up, then you're supposed to get every single notification from that person. I still don't think that that's actually I still don't think it works perfectly as well as it should. But, gosh, and you'd think that it's Google, right? You'd think they'd be able to figure that out. Deliver it to the masses. To the masses. What color shall we change to? Hum. I'm trying to figure that out right about now. I'm just staring at all the different pretty colors. You're so pretty. You're so pretty. All right, let me find the little O thing. Oh yeah, that's easy to see the colors. Whoop. You can see the different colors, right? There's like a tan and then there's like a white. All right. So what I did when I first pulled out the floss is I took the skein and I basically pulled out and measured the same length. Like I pulled them both out, grabbed the ends of both of the skeins, and then just pulled it out to a certain point, and then just cut it at a certain point. And so that way I make sure that everything matches up. Because if it doesn't match up, it's kind of annoying. Oh boy. There's that. Oh yeah, and it has snowed. Well, I shouldn't say it snowed a bunch. It's not like it snowed like inches and stuff, but the snow just won't go away. We keep getting a little bit, and it stays cold, just cold enough. It doesn't melt. And so it's a more gradual melt, which I think it's healthier to have that melt that way. Man, I am like struggling. But I think it's come on, Jules. There we go. Man, that was like operation right there. But I think it's better that way, right? If it's a slow melt rather than like, oh, everything's gone in a day. No, because you might get some runoff, lose some of that moisture. Maybe. Alright, so we're going to go over here a little bit. That's a little unorthodox, but hey, let's get crazy. Let's get crazy. Let's get nuts. Whew. Got me some oatmeal at the store. I'm not an oatmeal eater. I used to be, but I used to eat those packs with all the extra sugar, so it wasn't terribly healthy. But what I have downstairs is a nice little blend of things like quinoa and rolled oats. Is it rolled oats? I don't know. It's all kind of, so I probably ought to have some when I get done with this video, because it's got lots of complex carbohydrates, which I hear is good for my energy levels. Come on. Come on now. Come on, people now. Oh, did you hear my stomach rumble right there? It did. It did. There we go. Unsnagged it. Whee! I'm all butterfingers today. Butterfingers. Boo! Go 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, this needle is too large for this fabric, at least at this point. Once it softens up, I don't think it'll be as big of a deal, but it's definitely a little too big. I need to take it downstairs, though, and use it for reading Waterloo Place and finish that one page. Would be good. I'm so close to so many things. I'm so close. Yet so far away. Well, that's nice. Here, I got the humidifier on pretty high on Carter, so like the bottom half of the terrarium. I really need to put more stuff at the very top part of the terrarium. Let me do that for him. I'm losing it. I'm losing it. Oh, the birdies are waking up. Yeah, the birdies are waking up. I'll unveil them shortly. See what I'm saying, though? There's a lot to get done here right now with this particular project. And there's only a little bit to go back and fill in, which is awesome. So we're trying a new thing with the dogs at night. Trying to leave them, like have them have their kennels in the basement, but have them, have them be, have the doors open so they don't have to be in their kennels. And so, because we kind of like Zuzu, we want her to be able to stretch out a bit more. She's been a bit tight with her hips. She has just bad, she's born with bad hips, basically. And so letting her stay out a little bit. We've tried keeping her out in the rest of the house, but at some point she just freaks out about some noise outside. She starts barking. So she hasn't learned yet how to distinguish between what you need to bark at and what you don't need to bark at. So she's still learning. On here? Where am I? Oh, I'm right there. Okay. I was looking at the camera suddenly. I was like, wait a minute. Where am I? What's going on here? I'm just kind of doing this, and then I'm going to go back, and I'm going to do this. Here we go. I got to wake up, though, guys. Wakey, wakey. Make some breaky. Oh, I'm like, I hear that downstairs, and I think that's what the birds sound like up here. It's kind of funny. So I'm like, what is that noise? What could it be? I think it's going to be one of those days where everybody's barking at each other outside. Zuzu's going to town on that squeaky toy. I once did a video for reviewing a thing called the indestructible ball or something like that, and it's about the size of, it's a hard ball, and it's smaller than, say, like a volleyball. It's like a grapefruit or something, and it has a hole cut through the middle of it, a little tunnel, and there was a rope that they would tie on either end. So it had a knot on either end, and the dog could kind of like pull the rope through a little more and swing it around or play with it or whatever. And we were like, wow, this is gonna be great. They can't chew the ball. They can't chew the ball up because it's too big and hard for them to get a grip on. And so we're like, that's gonna be great. No, it took them like 2 hours, and all they did was they shredded the rope. I don't know why that rope shredded so fast, but it did. And then we're left with like, oh, that's nice. We usually don't give them new toys because this is what, it's what happens. But I think I'll just record some through the day and see what she does with it. Still got to record the birds. They are waking up. Wakey, wakey, birdie, birdies. Here we go. Now they quiet down. My foot's falling asleep. Don't ask me how. It's like, I want to go back to bed. Put me to sleep here. Go to sleep. Alright, come down here. Ah, foot. Ah, I pulled it through. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. It's been a good football season, though. There's been a lot of good games. A lot of drama. A lot of drama. And here we go. And we go, and we go. I should stretch. Must stretch my legs. Highlight for a second. Doop-a-doo. Boopity boopity boo. Okay, let's see here. Grab one more of these. And doop 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 doop. Doobity 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 doo. That one. And this one here. Put this one up here. Well, that looked like the lighter one. That's the lighter one, right? And this is the darker one. Okay. Gosh. Gosh. Let's see, what else have I been watching lately? I'm trying to remember. My mind is all cluttered. I need some quinoa. 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 It's a great word. Absolutely great word. Yeah, Carlin Brothers is kind of what we've been watching. Theories on the next Avengers movie, what happened in the last Avengers movie. Questions like, did Thanos die at the end of that movie or not? And comparing the 6 Avengers to the 6 different types of gems for the gauntlet thing. You know, I'm all technical about that, for the gauntlet thing, you know? And so, buttons. What was that? Oh, that was just the humidifier gurgling over there. Making a gurgling sound. I thought somebody was choking. I thought Carter was choking on something. Oh yeah, Groot's doing really well. Turned into a big piggy. I kind of decided not to get him a bud. I think he's totally happy with the new setup. I have 2 separate houses for him, and I think he still kind of goes in both of them. I'm not gonna give him more to worry about. Let's give him a big fat happy worm, and he can live as long as Carter. There we go. Which would be great. Carter and Groot, best friends forever. And they can't ever high five because, well, they'd die. That would not be good. Although, can a gecko go down underwater? Do they? Can they? I don't know. Oh, I'm taking a right turn here, Clyde. I'm going down here. I don't know. I've discovered that the number one thing that slows me down from cross-stitching is when I eat sunflower seeds. Because when I eat sunflower seeds, I'm constantly like picking up more seeds and putting them in my mouth and then taking them out. And just, I mean, there's just so many different things. So, it's not good. It's not good. I don't know what's going on in that bird cage over there, and I don't want to know. I think Sailor's telling Popeye, listen, your hair is parted wrong this morning. You parted it on the left, it should be parted down the middle. And the other bird's going, no, this is how I want it. I looked in the mirror. This is what I want to do. The other one's like, no, you look stupid. Comb it. Here, wait, let me just do it for you. The bird's like, no, don't do it. I still like watching parrot videos. They're such characters. Such characters. I keep hitting my glasses on the stand. Oh, brother. There we go. Sorry, I just go off in my own little world, thinking about my cross stitching, thinking about my new projects. It's all good. It's all good. Doop 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 doop. Ah! Ah! Here we go. Go. Here we go. Here we go, here we go. I always know when I start pulling the floss out of the needle that it's like I'm getting close to being done with it. Just because I waste so much time just kind of in rethreading it constantly. So I definitely think that the readers that I got when I was up in Estes Park are way better than the ones I have now. Because I think the ones I have now, honestly, when I'm looking at things, like it's, unless I don't have the right. No, these are the right ones. The ones for up close stuff. I don't. It's like my eyes have gotten a little worse. They don't really work. So I'm glad I got the readers. My eyes are just like super focused though when they get them on. So that's kind of the one slight issue there. So I'm glad I got them. Poof. Poof, poof. So when I read books, like when I listen to books, I almost always listen to like historical or what's the word? Science or science books. I am not a fiction listener for the most part, although I have, I am enjoying this one, and I know it is somewhat fictionalized. There was that one book, The Light They Cannot See. That was another World War II historical novel. Oh, that was really good. That was really good. I'll read some, what's his name? Jack Butcher? Is that right? Will Butcher? I suddenly can't remember his name. He does the, oh man, Brain. Hello, Brain. That side's been cut off. I want to say Decker, but it's not right. Anyway, I'll remember it as soon as I turn the video off. But anyway, so I'll read some sci-fi. There's so many good sci-fi and fantasy books out there that I want to get into. I love my husband and I both love Name of the Wind and the King Killer Chronicles by Patrick Rothfuss, and we're both very highly impatient for, like, come on, dude, finish writing the third book, man. And pretty much just about anything Neil Gaiman has written, I read. The only one that I didn't read was The Ocean at the End of the Lane. I started reading it, but the guy, I want to say it's the dad in the story, I am so like ticked off at that one character, it just stops me from watching the rest of the book. Sometimes that'll do that for me. It's not fair. It's not fair to the book for me to take such a dislike to one character and that I'm supposed to dislike, and basically say, oh, I'm not going to read the book because of this one character. But that's just me. I'm just weird about stuff like that. That's why I don't watch like true crime shows or reality shows for the most part outside of YouTube. And then I'm just really careful about what I do on YouTube. I swear, I feel like my vision is better when I take these glasses off now. That's crazy. I'm going blind. What am I doing here? What am I doing here? And but I've never, I would go over, my friends would be watching like SVU or whatever, and I'd be like, all right, see you guys later. It's like, yeah, I know you guys want to watch your show, and I don't, because I'm like, I don't find it, we've talked about this before, but I'm like, I don't find entertainment, and that limits me to some extent, but also it just preserves my mental health, I think, because then I'm not thinking about being upset about this or that. And it's funny because I'll be listening to the audiobook and it'll get to a really tense part, and I'll actually turn it off for a while to kind of get myself like back in the groove. And then what's really sad is when I fast forward it, because I'm like, I can't handle the tension, and I'll like, you have the ability to go forward on the Audible books, like 30 seconds, and zip forward, zip forward, zip forward. And it gets to a really tense part, and I'm like, I don't want to hear what's going to happen. I just fast forward it. I'm such a wuss. It's not how I don't know, it's just funny. I want happy stories. Stories with good endings, for the most part. Not every story has a good ending, but, or a happy ending. It's a philosophical ending. All right, I am going to put the glasses back on. Maybe my eyeballs are wrong. They're all wrong, I tell you. They're all wrong. Dooba-dooba-doo. Oh, I need that one. That and that. Wait. Oh, no, I was right. Perfection. Trying to go a little longer with this particular stitch with me because I didn't do one last week. Give it a little bit more stitchy goodness and fun. Oh, before I go have some oatmeal quinoa stuff, I think. We'll see. Just don't get into the sunflower seeds, because that is a bad road to travel down, my friends. Bad road to travel down. And a sad one at that. I'm going to go down here a little bit. Rough. Trying to remember what was the other video I watched this morning. Jim Butcher, Dresden. See, I told you I'd remember it. So yeah, Jim Butcher's books, the Dresden series. I do like that. I'm on the Ghost Story. I'm on Ghost Story. So I'm like 11 into a series of like 15, because he stopped writing them after a while, sadly. But I still have some books to finish reading, so I need to do that. Finish that series up. And I've got more nonfiction books. I've got the story, and this, nothing but pleasing stories. The story of like the atomic bomb development. I forgot what that one's called, but I've got a book on why we sleep, which I think is very interesting. And I don't know, I've got some different things that I definitely, 2, 3, come here, you. There we go. So I've got that. There's several more books that I know I've got to finish. Sense of accomplishment it would be, if I can do it. Short attention span. But it's 2019, people. Time to get some cross-stitch project done. I saw somewhere where it's finished February. Is that what I saw? Finish February or finish... I don't know. That ain't gonna happen. At least not for... The only thing that's close to being done is E pluribus unum. I need to... get something. Sorry. I was like, I literally was like, my left eye was looking at one thing, my right eye I think was looking at something else, and my brain had another thought in my head altogether, and my mouth was talking about I don't know what. You guys ever been like that? I was scatterbrained everywhere. It's weird. It's weird. Alright, so I got that. I'm gonna highlight at the bottom of this. I'm making some good progress. Ow, I just hit my back of my hand on the table. It's so not good. Zoop. 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 Alright, just finish up this flossy floss. Yoop. There. I'm trying to think of the things that I want to watch today, and I don't know if I have anything in my head that I'm like, oh, I got to do this. I know I gotta listen to this book some more. Here. 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 Alright, peoples. Alright, peoples. Okay, I'm just going to tie this off right here for now. Alright. A little extra time. A little extra stitching time, but I got to go upload this so I can get this out today. Ooh. I still want to take... I think I'm going to take this downstairs and do a bit more stitching too. Oh, I gotta stretch. Oh. Alright, guys. So that's been Tower of Babel. I think maybe my third overall session stitching on it. It's come along nicely. It's very pretty. I don't know if you can pick out... Yeah, you can pick it out. The dark, cloudy kind of thing there. So yeah, it's very pretty. Very pretty. We're just going to focus on... We're just probably just going to literally do like here. And... I don't know if I'll try to do this or if I'll just come up here and just try to do all this. We'll see. But I definitely want to get like all the sky part done and then start working on all of this. Oh, it's going to be gorgeous when we get there. Absolutely gorgeous. But I got to go down and get this video going. Get some more stitching. Write me a blog post or 2 or 4. Well, they're going to be long, so they're going to not be as many. But thanks for hanging out with me, guys. Sorry if I was a little weird. It's too early. I should have done this yesterday when I was more awake. But hope you got some good stitching done. And I will see you in the next weekly update. And we'll see how much progress we make on Stormtrooper this week. All right. See you later.